Last time, Phoenix presented his theory that G. Vasquez is the real killer, but does he have the evidence to prove it? Find out right now.
If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
You can't because the door's jammed. And I'd like you to testify again.
Testify again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. What would happen if I said it again?
I don't know, maybe monkeys would fly out of your bottom.
You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time.
Waste of time, we might see flying monkeys.
As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Objection! Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
I, too, see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes. Indeed. Verily I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows, Maya? I guess we convinced him that Vasquez is the real killer.
But wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict?
Correction, he used to always get a guilty verdict, but then he had to go up against me.
I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. I'll find the key and make her falter. Cause she is not the Rock of Gibraltar. Everyone knows that Jay-Z. Now, Miss Vasquez, you said something in your testimony just now that I found very interesting. After calling the police, it seems like you didn't want to be part of this trial at all. Is that correct?
I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes.
Wait a second, a man just died and you're worried about the script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, but I would think you'd have bigger fish to fry at that point. Wait a second, I thought you said you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and your notes with you then?
I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. There was a murder after all. Who could we think of rehearsing after that?
Oh, right.
Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Objection! Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Do you have an explanation?
I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind.
Whoa. What did you just say? You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little bit funny since it was actually the Steel Samurai who was injured, and everyone knows the Steel Samurai is played by Will Powers?
What?
Oh, snap.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Of course, Your Honor. Now, we can clearly see that Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretended?
Yeah, pretending. You think as a kids show producer you know something about that. One person was injured in the morning run-through, and that was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. So I have to ask you, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. You must have gotten it wrong.
Save the last for your TV shows. You didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, it was, Your Honor, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. And why was he doing that? He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah,
See, Judge, I knew you were smart despite what Edgeworth says. Now, when was Mr. Hammer doing this?
Well, It would have been after he put on the steel samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered!
Exactly, boy, Edgeworth, you're not as dumb as the judge says you are. I love stirring up trouble. Now, Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the steel samurai limping, and as we've already established, it was Mr. Hammer inside the steel samurai suit. That's why you were confused, and that's the reason why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Order! Order!
Witness, can you refute this claim?
I don't know what the word refute means, but I bet she can't.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Really? A question for me? This is so exciting. No one ever asks about my day. I'm an open book, honey. What do you want to know?
Why in the world but I want Mr. Hammer dead? He'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Your Honor, I'm insulted. You know me. I got proof coming out the wazoo, and I'll show it to you right after this message from Kalamazoo. What do you mean I can't advertise during the trial? I gotta pay the bills somehow. None of my clients ever pay me. Anyway, here's my proof.
This is the photo from before?
Yeah, Your Honor, and judging from the fact that you can clearly see the light kid in the background, I'm gonna say it's the work of an amateur. But this photo reveals the motive for murder. 5 years ago, Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee's help, a terrible accident was swept under the rug. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yeah, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
Hammer dumped her in 6th grade and she never forgave him.
What's that now?
Nah, just kidding about that. Miss Vasquez had no motive. It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense, Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What?
Settle down, Edgeworth. I don't want you getting all flustered and wrinkling your puffy shirt. I'm sure the dry cleaning is rather expensive. Here's what happened. Jack Hammer drugged Will Powers with sleeping pills. Then he snuck in the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. We know he did this to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the Studio 2 trailer. He did so to kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. And that, Your Honor, is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'll take my not guilty verdict now. You did it, didn't you?
Yes, I am guilty. It was me.
Help! Someone call an ambulance!
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
Try to get ambulance 4, they have the cutest EMTs.
Manuel!
Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No, how could this? Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor, would you like an autograph?
it appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Well, I don't like to brag, Your Honor, but hey, if the shoe fits.
I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Oh, and make sure you shoot some extra confetti at Edgeworth. He loves it.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
October 20th, 1:12 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Oh, don't thank me. Just promptly pay my fee.
Yes, but it's, I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me! Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Yeah, Mr. Hammer was a big star once. I'm talking Fred Savage popular, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show. And as a villain to boot, ain't nobody trying to get an evil magistrate trading card. Kids love the Steel Samurai. It's like they say, sometimes people hate us because they ain't us.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime.
That's very nice of you. I'm sure Mama Powers would be happy to hear that she raised such a sweet young man. Now, about my legal fees.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
Well, it's not all over until you write that check. A lot of billable hours on this one.
Congratulations, WP!
Oh? Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back in that sweaty costume and...
Oh, about that.
Is something wrong?
No, of course not.
Maya, don't lie to the man. What?
Nick! Edgeworth!
Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk.
You're also not good at winning cases anymore. Well, at least not for the prosecution anyway. Just kidding, just kidding. You'll get them next time unless you happen to go against me. Then you'll probably lose.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
You call it gloating, I call it telling the truth. But seriously, I want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away with it if you hadn't stepped in to help.
Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Yeah, right. Edgeworth doesn't watch TV, just sits in a chair and stews over his losses.
Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings.
And by unnecessary, you mean all feelings, right?
Yes, unease and uncertainty.
Aren't those kind of necessary for what we do?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Mr. Wright? Is this guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals! Right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
That, Maya, is a story for another day.
Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
Oh, for sure. I'm all about the Pink Princess. I have to admit, though, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with this idea.
You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
This is starting to sound expensive, and Power still hasn't paid us.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
Who cares about his real face? I just want to see a real signature on the bottom of a real check so we don't get evicted from our office at the end of the month. Maya, I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers, but that is going to bring a close to his case. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time for more Ace Attorney.